Right then, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship. We are here for round number 2 of the 2021 Porsche Super Cup Championship here at the circuit, the Barcelona Catalunya in Spain. And it is great to be finally back with some more Porsche Super Cup action. We've got 20 minutes of qualifying just ahead of us. My name is Miran, and joining me in the commentary booth for the first time in 2021, you may remember him from a lot of Porsche Super Cup races in the past, but he now makes his return to the ACOC commentary booth, and it is none other than Pausa. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Miran, and good afternoon to you all watching this race right now. And it certainly is. I missed this series quite a lot, and I'm quite excited to return to this very special series.
Yes, absolutely lovely to have you back in the commentary booth, Pausa, as we gear up for yet another exciting weekend of Porsche Super Cup action, as we're just on board. Marco Rosenthal is just about to start his lap of the circuit, and as he is making his way through the track, I will take you through the track as well. So, the circuit, the Barcelona Catalunya, located just near the town of Montmelo, near the city of Barcelona in the Catalonia region of Spain. The track was opened in the September of 1991, marking it the 31st anniversary of the track. It hosted the Spanish Grand Prix in Formula 1 in the same year and has hosted it ever since 1991. So this track has been a mainstay of Formula 1. It's also hosted MotoGP here. The Catalan Motorcycle Grand Prix has been here since 1996, and you've also had World Superbikes here as well. You've also got endurance racing. The 4 Hours of Barcelona in the European Le Mans Series has been here since 2008, and then you had the GT World Challenge Europe, and a slew of different racing series, mostly continental, at this track. So, safe to say this track has seen lots and lots of racing action over the years. Porsche Super Cup has also been here. Fastest lap is a 1:45.3 in the Porsche 992, the brand new Porsche Cup cars for this season. And this layout we're running, which is the Grand Prix circuit without the chicane, being the 2000 and I believe this is, the track has a lot of layouts, so you have to bear with me here, but I believe this is the 2007 to 2020 layout, which is 4.655 kilometers long and does feature 13 turns. Either way, again, this track is quite the mainstay, not only in Formula 1 in real life, but in the ACOC as well. We've had lots of racing around here, and it's always been fantastic to see. It's been quite a treat as well. But the track does feature lots of different corners, a very mixed bag when it comes to this track, and it is quite the challenge for the drivers here today as well. I think it's honestly one of the most iconic tracks in the ACOC. But I'll leave it to you, Pausa, to share your opinions on this track.
Well, for me, honestly, it has quite a mixed experience. Although, yeah, it does host Formula 1 racing for a long while, since 1991. But, the layout has seen some recent changes. Now, without the chicane, which I'm very thankful for that, now we have we're literally back to where it began. It's literally the same layout that has been used since 1991. It's no chicanes. It's just full speed down to turn 13 and 14. So we're going to see some of these drivers just going to blast down to those two corners. and we'll probably see a lot of speeds making up in those corners as well. But for me personally, it's just a mixed experience for me.
Yeah, that is understandable, obviously. This track, for some, it's a fan favorite, and for some, it's one of the less popular tracks, I do suppose. As we're now having the times coming in on the board, and currently it is Bentley Schaefer, the Brit, in the GP Elite car, has it at 1:48.909, currently sits at the top of the timing sheets, and in second is Søren Jakobsen, and then Jates Terzic in third. So this will be very, very interesting to see. Then Terzic, who didn't really get off to the greatest of starts at Portimao, will be now looking to make it change. We're also looking at the man who won last time out in Portimao, Giuseppe Stella, currently sitting in P20, so not the greatest of first laps, but we'll have to see what he will be able to do.
We just come round of the turn 12 right here, then into turn 13 and 14. This is obviously they're gonna come down all the way down into turn 14, but then you see Jacobsen is right now in the pole position. The pole man, he's still only about 25 milliseconds off from Bentley Schaefer there. We still see some of the old names that are still in, some of the drivers are still here in the Porsche Supercups, even though I haven't really, commentated that much in the last season. But yeah, like Bentley Schaefer, Jates Terzic, Aaron Cole as well, Jose Lucas, all of them still here. I'm really surprised by that as well.
Yeah, it's great to have a few returning faces on the grid, especially in the likes of Jose Lucas and Cameron Cole, who make their ACOC return in Porsche Super Cup. But yeah, it has been a while since you have done commentary. There's Terzic up into second, as we were just speaking about the Bosnian man. He gets himself only 100th off Søren Jakobsen, who currently sits on provisional pole. We've been here once in Porsche Super Cup. We were here 2 seasons ago, and that was under rainy conditions, and it would be Alex Luan who took the win 2 seasons ago at this track. Now he will race at this track in Formula 2, so it really goes to show how far he has come in only the span of 2 seasons.
Yeah, it really is quite a tricky track to perfect as well. I mean, there is quite a lot of loads of corners on this track that, it kind of varies from medium to low speeds, then some of them being high speeds, such as this corner. Although it's not that high of speed, but it's still pretty high, and it could put a lot of loads on your neck when you're going around these GT cars, and especially with these Porsche Super Cup cars as well.
Yeah, and especially this brand new breed of Porsche Cup car, which is faster than its predecessor. So a few of these guys who have driven the previous iteration of the Porsche Cup car, I'm obviously looking at the likes of Stella and this man, Bentley Schaefer, who just goes on to provisional pole, takes it back, indeed, in fact, by 5 thousandths of a second. So very, very well done from Bentley Schaefer. There as well is David Julj, the Croatian, up into P4. We're now looking at Jose Lucas, as he will just start his lap of the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya, as he now heads down into turn number 1. First corner, then immediately thrown into the left of turn number 2, and then the long and winding right-hander of turn number 3. Able to hug it on the inside line here, as try and use as much exit speed as possible here to break into turn number 4, Repsol, as it is called. Another quite long right-hander in these cars, as the track now goes downhill into turn 5. Staying on the inside line there as well. Try and hit the outside curve there on the exit, heading into turn 7. We saw Giuseppe Stella here 2 years ago pull off a very, very nice overtake around the outside of, I believe it was Bentley Schaefer actually. Now into turn number 9. Really easy to run wide there on the exit, but you just have to make sure that you don't do that, otherwise you're going to have a nasty visit to the gravel trap as you head down to turn number 10. La Caja, left-hander. It's been resurfaced obviously for the new season, but I do believe we're running the older layout of this track. As you head into turn 11 and turn 12, really easy to lose it on the inside curb as the track goes uphill. And then into the final 2 corners, turn number 13, Europe car. Fast left-hander into the final left-hander and the final corner on this track. Turn number 14, Catalunya. Really easy to run wide there as well, where you're just going to have to tie it with a good run down the start-finish straight, and that is a lap of the circuit, the Barcelona Catalunya. It's a very good lap as well from Jose Lucas. The Brazilian gets himself up into P3 with that lap.
But, yeah, that's quite a big lap as well. Maximizing all the corners that he could, and it really done a job well done as well. As we see now, Giuseppe Stella now rounds off the final corner at the Catalunya. Now off the final corner, and Kazakov goes up P1, and Stella goes up 2nd, and Miyazaki goes up 4th.
Yeah, honestly, Sergei Kazakov out of absolutely nowhere. That's a great lap from the man in the Iron Force Racing, and Giuseppe Stella as well to lift himself up into 2nd. Then you had, Miyazaki with that lap in the Martinet car. Very, very well done from her as well. So we'll have to see now. Things do get a lot more interesting now. We have had a few more drivers thrown into the mix. Just as I do say that, another man throws his hat into the ring, and it is the American Cameron Cole by a 1/10 of a second. He takes provisional pole, proving that he has still got it. Great lap from Cameron Cole.
That was a huge lap there, and he's faster than Kazakov for almost 2/10 there. So that's a big gap to ask for Kazakov, and probably for Stella as well.
Yeah, good lap from Cam Cole, trying to get himself a bit closer and succeeding with it. Søren Jakobsen, the Dane, going up into 2nd, and now gets himself just under a 1/10 of Cam Cole then. So Jakobsen, I have to say, has been putting in the laps and the effort so far in qualifying, and I don't think we should count him out to be on pole position for the race. But so far, as I do say that, there's Gonzalez up into 4th. But so far it has been quite a close qualifying session, and I have to say, Palza, it is really what you should expect from a Porsche Super Cup qualifying session.
Oh, whoa. Oh, they almost collide with each other there for Gonzalez, and I don't know who that was, but yeah, that was really close. That's the Assetto. It's almost coming to clobber him in the first corner.
Yep. As they're going up to P5, Håkan Sorenström, great lap from the Swedish man in the Uniserver Team GP Elite. He's got a bit of traffic. That's the 2 dynamic motorsport cars just ahead of him as he comes out of the pit lane. That's the number 16. And he's also got the other car ahead of him, and it's a bit messy then. As going up into 2nd, Miško Strnčević, the Montenegrin, very, very good lap, but up into P4 then Sebastian de Kloot. It's all everyone going up the order then, as Marco Rosenthal now goes up into P4. Lots of good times tumbling down the order, as lots of guys now getting into the top 5. But there's Marco Rosenthal currently in 4th, 200ths off Søren Jakobsen, and now we're just getting all the quick fire improvements in.
Yeah, a lot of flashing lap times that we see right here, because a lot of drivers now are just trying. They only have 5 minutes left on the clock, so they better set a good lap time just to get close to the pole position man, which is Cameron Cole right now. But man, it's just all squabbling for the position now for all of these drivers.
It is what you love to see in Porsche Super Cup, it really is. As we're now looking at Arban Lehagvasuren currently in 9th. He just set an improvement there to get himself into the top 10, so we'll see if he's going to be able to stay there. Stella comes into the pit lane. Just behind him on track was Julia Miyazaki, and we'll see if Miyazaki is going to be able to set an improvement. Not yet for the Japanese driver. She stays in 13th for the time being, as we're now looking at another man, Yannick Moltke. The German's going to go across the line, and he does improve. Great lap from Yannick Moltke, and that gets the man in the BWT Lechner racing car up into P5. And yeah, lots of improvements from guys further down the field as well. We're seeing a lot of them get into the top 5. Ooh. Speaking of, there's Nikolaus Schlöter, and the Liechtensteiner driver goes up into 5th. 5,000th improvement over Yannick Moltke. Margins really do not get closer.
Yeah, look at everyone's times. It's so close right now. It's but the only exception being, well, J1 Huan Kion, and I think that was Nick Tander there, down in 24th.
Yeah, Tander, we'll see what he's going to be able to do as well. Scored no points at Portimao, but he'll be wanting to change that now. We're also looking at the man who finished P3 last time out, Ji Hwan Kyon, currently sits in 23rd, as we're just going to be interrupted by the Turkish man, Çağatay Yılmaz, as he goes up into 5th with a 1:48.664 ahead of Nikolaus Schlöter. Back to Ji Hwan Kyon then. We'll see what the South Korean is going to be able to do, as he only has a few corners to go, and then he's going to finish up his lap here.
It's really, now he just really just try to go through these corners really flat out there, but well, it's not a Formula 1 car, it's a GT car, so you could not push all the way through. You have to save a little bit just in case if you're going to crash or not. But look at that, goes at 2nd place, Stephenson. Oh my goodness me, that was a lap.
Yeah, and there's Moltke up into provisional pole. Great stuff from Yannick Moltke in the BWT Lechner racing car, but his moment of glory is snatched away by Bentley Schaefer. What a lap from the Brit, and he's taking it back with style. With 2 minutes to go, Bentley Schaefer takes provisional pole. Great stuff from the Brit. He has still got it.
Oh, we got more coming in now.
Yeah, that's David Jules up into 2nd. Lovely stuff from the Croatian man who competed in Super Formula last season. 1:48.503 from the Croatian, and now we'll see if he's going to be able to stake a claim to pole position potentially in these dying moments. Only have about 1 minute and 10 seconds to go, so it is going to be tight to see who's going to secure pole position for the race.
Man, it's like a rush hour or something like that. All these drivers just trying to set the lap times as soon as possible. As we see, Junada goes up to 4th place with 1:48.580. That was a big lap.
Yeah, very well done from the Malaysian, who did disappoint a bit on his debut, but he looks to have fixed it up, and that is obviously all well and good from him. MRS GT Racing, who went pointless in Portimao, could finally be able to change it up, as we're now looking at Giuseppe Stella. He'll be wanting to get an improvement in, as he currently sits P17 and 2 positions out of the points. He'll be looking to change that, and we'll just have to wait and see if he is going to be able to deliver, as he now heads down into turn number 9. Gonna have to wait to see what his 2nd sector time is going to be, but Stella looking very optimistic to prove that he isn't just a one-hit wonder in Porsche Super Cup, as now the checker flag has fallen. David Jules did go across the line there, but it wasn't enough for pole for the Croatian. He stays in 2nd. Next across the line will be this man potentially, Süleyman Sarıyev, and we'll see what Sarıyev is going to be able to do then as he rounds the final corner.
It goes out there, slightly wide there for Sarıyev, but he comes out the final corner, not improving his lap time. Well, that's a bit of a sad one there. So he's going to start 19th. Stella now improves up to 11th place. Then Gonzalez goes up 7th. Now here comes Nick Tander in 25th place. And we'll see what his lap time going to be. He's not going to improve his lap time. Junada, he goes up to 3rd. Wow.
Very, very good from Jagan Junada. Same with Gonzalez and Stella as well. Giuseppe Stella, maybe we wanted to hope for a bit higher, but he will be starting in the points today, which I'm sure he won't complain about. Next across the line, Sergei Kazakov. And it's provisional pole for Sergei Kazakov. Great lap from the Kyrgyz man, and he will be very, very happy about that. Up in the second, though, it's Jose Lucas. Great lap from the Brazilian man. And yeah, he is going to be delighted with that. Next across the line, Håkan Sodenström from 17th. Can he lift himself up a few positions? No. Suren behind him does improve up into 12th. Rosenthal's the final improver. Yeah, but on provisional pole, sorry, no, on pole position here at Barcelona, Sergei Kazakov will be starting first here at Barcelona.
That was a crazy qualifying after my return. It's so hectic out there, but Kazakov manages to just about to take pole position away from Jose Lucas there.
Yeah, just clinching it in the dying moments of qualifying. Classic Porsche Super Cup, but it is what you love to see. And we have got a very, very interesting grid then ahead of us before the start of the race here at Barcelona, and it is Sergei Kazakov on pole position for Phoenix Iron Force Racing, and accompanying him on the front row, Jose Lucas in the Nebulous Racing. Bentley Schaefer starts a very, very good 3rd, and Marco Rosenthal will accompany him on the 2nd row, P4. David Jules will be P5, and P6 will go to Jagan Junada, the Malaysian driver, doing very, very well for himself, as Yannick Moltke starts in 7th, with Cameron Cole in 8th. Ludwig Stefansson will be 9th, with Rubinho Gonzalez taking 10th. Miško Srnčević will be 11th, with Søren Jakobsen in 12th. Arban Hagvasuren will be 13th, with Giuseppe Stella taking 14th spot, and I'll let you take the rest.
Yeah, full disclosure, I'm probably gonna put you some of the drivers here. So, Giuseppe Stella starts 14th today. Not really good qualifying for him. Then we have Sate Yilmaz in 15th place, the Turkish driver in 15th place. Charlotte starts in 16th today, and then next row we have Sebastian de Kloot in 17th, then Zorenstorm in 18th place. Then we got 19th place, I don't know how to pronounce that name. Davtian. So he starts 19th today. Sariev starts in 20th today, and then Miyazaki lines up in 21st, and Yates Teresic in 22nd. Then in 2030, Krastyev in 23rd. Then in 24th, it's G1 Hyun in 24th. Then we have Nick Tander in 25th, Zelinik in 26th place, and then Andreas Asanov rounding out the 27 car grid for today's race.
Yeah, the grid is set. We're ready to go racing here at Barcelona. Lights coming on and Kazakov on pole. 19 laps await us. 6 lights. And we're underway here at Barcelona. I think it was a good start from Schaefer behind. Not as much for Kazakov, but I think he has got the jump on second place man Lucas that he needs. We'll just have to see if Schaefer's going to be able to do anything. Heading down into turn number 1, and they are wheel to wheel then. Lucas having a look on the inside line of Sergei Kazakov. Is Schaefer going to be able to do anything? But no, Lucas on the offense here tries to have a go at the race leader then through turn 3. He has the outside line. In fact, there's been a crash in the back. That is Søren Jakobsen, and I think this will call for a red flag. I'm not sure, but there is quite the hold up, and yes, red flag. Session will be restarted. So yeah, quite the pile up into turn number 1. Don't know what all that was about, but yeah, we're immediately back for the second time, and we're ready to go racing once again here at Barcelona. So lights are coming on for a second time. 6 lights here at Barcelona, and we're underway again here at Barcelona. Good start. Very, very good start from Jose Lucas this time. He's immediately up and alongside Sergei Kazakov for the race lead. Not as good of a getaway for Bentley Schaefer as
there's
we would have
a
hoped
pile up
for.
behind him.
Didn't quite see that. What happened at the start? Unsure, but we're just gonna have to investigate what happened. Maybe a few guys didn't get off the line. That's a bit. Oh, and I think that's
Jakobsen.
Jakobsen. Yeah, Jakobsen stalled off the. That is bizarre. Either way, we're gonna go back to the fighting then. Schaefer trying to go to the inside line of Marco Rosenthal, then through turn 4. Rosenthal got himself up into P3. Is now going to have to defend from the Brit, Bentley Schaefer, as the two go wheel to wheel. Marco Rosenthal on the inside line, then will be able to hold it off as Schaefer goes a bit wide, and that is going to gift Rosenthal third then for the time being. But Kazakov leads then from Lucas, and then Marco Rosenthal in third, as we're looking at Stefansson and Gonzalez now fighting for position. Gonzalez on the inside line of, this is Lakvasuren. My apologies, as the two go wheel to wheel through turn number 9. Gonzalez on the inside line is able to hold off the Mongolian, as he will then hold P10 there in the background. Yeah, that's Srncevic to the inside line of Lakvasuren, and Yilmaz there in the background trying to get involved as well. That's two going wheel to wheel then. It's the Montenegrin Srncevic versus the Mongolian Arban Lakvasuren, but Srncevic does run a bit wide. Here's Cameron Cole. He was having a bit of a look on David Jules there. Oh, that doesn't spell good news. And yeah, red flag immediately again. We're having a bit of troubles here, but yeah, we'll try and get it running again. That's a bit of a shame.
Yeah, that's a bit of a shame, because I think Jakobsen, I think he probably had a power issue there after the first restart. It doesn't get going, and he probably stalled on the grid and just literally caused havoc at the start of the race. So yeah, a bit of a shame for him, and I think he's probably going to retire for the rest of the race.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Either way, third time is the charm, as they do say. So we'll just have to hope that this restart goes all according to plan. So just sit tight for a bit, and we will get the action back to you as soon as possible. Either way, interesting things to note then from the start. Jose Lucas, both times, has had a very, very decent start, but he just hasn't been able to up alongside Kazakov, it seems like. While the battle for P3 and P4 and P5 as well does seem to be a bit more hectic.
Yeah, it certainly does, and certainly that some of the people is just try to go on the outside line to turn 1. It's because you could just pulls away on the second turn, and then have the inside line to turn 3. But yeah, some of them gone wide, like Jose Lucas did. And he couldn't manage to catch up to the 4-man.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what they'll be able to do at the start here. And well, yeah, it does seem like, well, I think you'll have to decide for yourself really if the inside or outside is the advantage for you, considering you're able to carry that battle through into multiple corners. If you have the inside through turn number 1, you're going to be on the outside for turn 2, but that's also going to grant you the inside for turn 3. So you have to think a bit like that. And also, that is very important for whenever you plan out to move while you're racing. It's those split-second decisions of going to the inside or outside. How is that going to benefit me for multiple corners up ahead? It's, I think it's those split-second decisions that a driver can make, which separates the good ones from the great ones.
Yeah, that certainly does. So now we just gotta wait for the race officials to do all this, prepare all the stuff, and just hoping that we could get the racing underway soon. But yeah, what an interesting start at the second time. Even though I think the first one, I feel like probably Jakobsen probably hit someone and just causing his engine to, for whatever reason, it's just not starting in the second attempt.
I'm unsure. Maybe he just didn't really get off the line very well. So yeah, I think he maybe must have stalled or something. But well, yeah, he did stall. But I don't know. Maybe there was some form of engine mishap or whatever. Either way, we'll just hope that we won't have any more of those heading into the session. And speaking of, here we are in fact one car less. We Jakobsen not starting, but we're now going to get underway for yet another time as the lights are coming on here at Barcelona. And we're underway once again here at Barcelona, and it seems to be a decent start for Jose Lucas once again. No, not quite. I think Kazakov has got the getaway that he needs, and he's going to be able to lead calmly heading into turn number 1, in fact. Lucas going to be left against his defense. That's against Bentley Schaefer then. Schaefer with the inside line through turn number 2 is going to have the outside through turn number 3. Is he going to be able to make it stick though? That's going to be the question, as Schaefer and Lucas now going to go wheel to wheel heading down to turn number 4 as well. And yeah, Jose Lucas able to defend from Bentley Schaefer. Here comes Marco Rosenthal then down the inside line for an opportunistic move on the Brit, as the two are going to go wheel to wheel. Is the Austrian going to be able to get himself up into the podium as we head into turn number 5. Rosenthal runs a bit wide. That's going to gift Schaefer P3 for the time being.
Yeah, Rosenthal was a bit anxious to try to get a move done there on Bentley Schaefer, but looks like, yeah, he compromises his line and now he has to stay behind him, for now at least.
I think that was Yannick Moltke dipping a wheel into the grass. That's going to give Hagvasuren a chance to try and overtake the German man for P7 as we head into La Caixa turn number 10. Hagvasuren's going to go around the outside line of Moltke. Is he going to be able to make it stick though? Yannick able to recuperate the distance that he lost here as they're just wheel to wheel then heading out of the second to last corner, and Moltke did lose out there on corner exit it seemed like. So that is Hagvasuren up into 7th. Good battle between the two as we now look to the midfield. Here is Terzic fighting Jiwan Kyon, that is. Kyon on the inside line holding off the Bosnian, and he will stay in P23 then.
There might be some battlings coming on right now. Suncevic and Raul Gonzalez both side by side now into turn 1 and 2. Now going alongside each other still cleanly. Gonzalez still has the edge in front, but he's on the outside line, so that's going to compromise him, his lines a bit. Here comes Suncevic into the inside, into 12. He clears him on and goes up to P12.
Yeah, good stuff from Suncevic. He will be very happy about that one. Here is Nikolaus Schlöter and Håkan Sorenström. Both of them fighting for 18th here, as it looks to be Schlöter who is the one ahead. Can Sorenström outbrake himself here? He does so late on the brakes. Keeps it alive. Schlöter on the outside line and Sorenström up into 18th. Impressive. There's David-Jan on the outside line. Or I think he had a look on the outside line, but he almost outbraked himself there a bit too much, as here is Giuseppe Stella. I think he's lost a few positions at the start and has fallen out of the point as a result. Avedis Davidjan has got himself up into 15th. It's Miyazaki here having a bit of look of on Giuseppe Stella, not able to do anything then at the moment. So we'll see how Stella's situation is going to progress from here. Now looking at Damian Krastev. He is chasing down... as I'm gonna drop myself here. Here is Ji-hwan Kyon fending off Nick Tander. Does so easily. As we now approach lap 3, Arban Khagvasuren in 7th has now set the fast lap of the race, so that is quite interesting actually. And also the situation in the race lead on lap 3, Jose Lucas able to keep it level pegging with Sergei Kazakov in the race lead, and 6/10 separates the two. But Bentley Schaefer not looking to let that P2 go. He is still hot on the back of Jose Lucas at the moment. So I have to say, pals, that this is turning into a very, very interesting predicament for the top 3.
Yeah, indeed. And all those top 3, they're stretching out the gap from the rest of the field now. As we see Michael Rosenthal in 4th place. And, I mean, obviously, now they're about like a second away from the rest of the field now. So it's going to be an interesting battle for those top 3.
Yeah, it is going to be really, really interesting to see what is going to happen in that top 3, because they are looking really, really close and quite equal on pace at the moment. Usually we have someone in the race lead setting fastest laps after fastest laps, but it was quite interesting to see someone in P7 take it. So yeah, I'm not really sure how the situation is going to progress in the top 3. Either way, we look a bit further down the field. Here is Suleiman Saryev facing a bit of pressure from the Bulgarian Damian Krastev in P21 as he's having a bit of a look around the outside through turn 11. Not able to do anything just yet, so he's going to have to stay behind and wait for his chance, unless Ji-hwan Kyon behind might try and find a bit of a move somewhere. Also, I was speaking about fastest laps taken by people in the top 3. Jose Lucas has in fact set the fast lap of the race now, Pausa. So you maybe think he could be in for a shorter race lead if he keeps this pace up.
Yeah, I feel like this track is all about pace. You need a good pace just to get close to behind someone. And I mean, certainly for Lucas, only one fast lap isn't going to do anything justice. But all he needs to do is a good pace just to catch up to Kazakov. It's just about to close up and maybe try a move on him. Now we see some of the drivers now, yeah, really gone wide there in turn 4 and then now into turn 5. Really from a wide turn 4 now into a very tight turn 5. So it's going to be a little bit tricky for some of these drivers to navigate through.
Yeah, but I think it's also about bravery in some of these corners. Yeah, you saw that was I think it was Sorenström who just went a bit out wide, and that also ties into my point a bit. It's also about who can go the furthest, really. How far or how fast do you want to go, I suppose, and how far can you push your limits? Because if you do just overstep it a tiny bit while you're battling, it could result in you losing the position, or even worse, maybe spinning or crashing out if you dip a wheel into the gravel and upset the car. So yeah, it's also a measure of bravery, I would say, around this track for who comes out on top.
Yeah, you're definitely right on that one. As we see now, Gonzalez in 13, still trying to overtake Sunjevic in 12th place. I mean, they've both been battling for a long while, and I mean, certainly for Gonzalez, really getting close to that back bumper of the, let's say, Montgomery driver, and he's now in 13th, yeah. And actually, the Clothes is in 14th right now. He's just right behind there in 14th.
Oh, you'll have to take over for a bit, Pausa. Sorry.
Oh boy. So, okay, here we go. And now, it seems as though all these drivers are really getting close to each other now. But oh, we have got Schlotter tried to go on the inside of Zorn's Storm, but still wasn't quite enough to just overtake him there. Sadiev in 20th meanwhile, he's definitely getting close there. 20th. They're both alongside. Sadiev trying to go on the outside, it wasn't working. Now switchback on the inside, and is it going to be able to do enough? He does go alongside Jota. Now side by side, coming off of turn 10 and then 11 and 12. My bad. They're both still alongside each other. They're side by side. Now goes up to turn into the small straight before the hairpin, and Schlotter still hangs on to be on 19th place. So it's, and look at that, Bentley Schaefer, fastest lap time for him in third, 50.775. Miyazaki tried to overtake Giuseppe Stella there, but then you see Zornstorm goes up to now trying to overtake him. It's going to be a 3-wide situation here. It does, and it's going to be a contact, mate, and Buffett slides off, 2 cars off. Zornstorm and Miyazaki out of the race. And oh my goodness me, that's 3 cars in one corner, and especially with turn 1 doesn't go really well at all. So that's, goodness me.
Yeah, I did just miss that. I saw a glimpse of it coming back, just on the aftermath of it, but if we could get the replay on that maybe, just to see what happened. And yeah, I do think that was Håkan Sodenström involved. 3-wide situation here. And then 2 of them went off. That was Sodenström and Miyazaki. That's just Sodenström making it 3-wide. Miyazaki was trying to go onto Stella here. And Sodenström from quite a way back here. Late braking maneuver, but he just has nowhere to go there, really. And both of them out. Honestly, it's a classic case of 3 into 1 doesn't go. But you kind of maybe have to put a tiny bit of blame for Miyazaki for closing the door, but also she has the right to the corner, so maybe Sodenström shouldn't have put a wheel up the inside line there. So I think it's a bit disputed, but we'll just see what the stewards will have to say. Either way, show must go on, and we're seeing a few battles up and down the field. Mikuláš Černík chasing down Nicky Tander in P21, so we'll see how this battle will unfold.
Yeah, it's certainly a bit of a shame there for Miyazaki herself and Storm as well. They collided each other for that corner. I mean, pretty much Stella is absolutely lucky just to stay away from that incident, because he was the widest, the most outside on that incident, so he managed to come out of that incident unscathed.
Yeah, either way, it still has cost him a tiny bit. He's got a second of a gap now to Davidjan. Well, just as I say that, it's dropped down to 8/10, so good to see that he is at least closing in, but either way, it still hampered him a tiny bit. As there is Cam Cole. He's having a bit of look on the inside of David Jules there. Jules, who is stuck behind his teammate Marco Rosenthal. Rosenthal unable to keep up with the top 3, it looks like, and he seems to be struggling a bit. So a few of the maybe a bit faster guys at the moment behind him. Let's look at Arban Hagvasuren. Chasing down Cam Cole behind Hagvasuren. Yannick Moltke looking to get back that position he lost all those laps ago now. Let's see if he is going to be able to do it in that beautiful pink and blue BWT Lechner racing car. Love me a good BWT livery. Moltke closing in through La Caja, turn number 10. And through 11, he's just going to have to keep it clean then through the final corner and just hope to get a good run, which can catapult himself to make a move into the inside of turn 1, quite possibly. We'll just have to wait and see, but at the moment he does look a bit far away. Lukaku, in fact, looks closer to overtaking Cameron Cole here than Moltke to Lukaku. We're going to see if he's going to be able to pull anything off here. And yes, here he goes then to the inside. Late move from Arban Lukaku, and we'll see if he's going to be able to pull it off on Cam Cole here. Cole on the inside is going to have the outside through turn number 3. And we'll see if the Mongolian's going to be able to do anything here. No. And yeah, Cole stays in P6. Unsuccessful attempt from Arban Lukaku. I think it was just a bit too late judgment from him. And thus he'll have to stay behind for the time being.
You're going to have to stay behind. He kind of had to stay behind, and even though he had a good chance there, but wasn't able to complete the move done. So Cameron Cole's still going to stay in 6th place. Meanwhile, over here in 5th place, Zhu in 5th place. He's still right behind his teammate there, Michael Rosenthal. And they're both really getting close to each other now, only 0.3 of a gap. So I don't know if Zhu might try to go on the inside of his teammate, perhaps? Or maybe just gonna stay behind for the team order's sake or something.
Probably, but I don't know, I find it hard to assume there would be team orders in this team. They've got 2 very, very closely matched drivers at the moment, or well, to be fair, one does seem to be faster, so I wouldn't see any reason on holding up the faster guy. So I'd say just let them race. Either way, looking a bit further back, here is Arban Lukaku. He is going to go on to Cameron Cole then into turn number 1. It's a bit of an earlier move than last lap, so we'll see if he is going to be able to get it done. Late on the brakes from the Mongolian, heading into turn 1, then through turn 2. They're side by side, just about heading into turn number 3. He's able to keep it wheel to wheel as he has the inside line. Is he going to be able to make the move stick, and is he going to be able to follow through with it? Yes, he is. And finally, Lukaku gets up into P6. Good move from the man in the Black Falcon Team Techstar machine. He'll be very proud of himself for that one. And now up ahead is the 2 Fach Auto Tech drivers, David Joly and Marco Rosenthal. With this pace, I do definitely think he could be in contention for the top 4.
Yeah, it could be, because now that he definitely gets himself right up there in 6th place, and he's getting real close, and he's getting close real fast there as well. So, and it's going to be a close fight as we see there, Raul Gonzalez and Jinjevic in 13th. They're both following each other now. Gonzalez still stays in front, and he's still going to hold on to P12.
Yeah, I think Gonzalez must have made a mistake somewhere, which allows Srncevic to be able to try a bit of a move. The man ahead of him, though, at the moment, Yilmaz, actually did set the fastest lap of the race. We're going to see what happened to Rubinho Gonzalez here, as this is into...
Oh. It was Luzovic who made a mistake.
Oh, so yeah, Gonzalez was able to get past. This is into turn 9. And no, he just tried it into the inside line, so there wasn't really a mistake here. Gonzalez with a very, very nice move. I really have to give it to the Spaniard in his home race. He has done very well for himself. As we're now on lap 10 and 19, Sergei Kazakov has now set the fast lap of the race. Race leader, finally getting into the rhythm, it seems like, and could try and build a gap. Yeah, here is Arban Lukaku. He is going to try it yet again. And now on David Joly is going to try to split these 2 Fach Auto Tech cars apart, as he's going to try and go on the outside line of the Croatian here. Joly trying to defend to the best of his ability as the 2 go side by side. Lukaku on the inside. Is he going to be able to pick off yet another driver here? Yes, he is. And up into P5 goes Arban Lukaku. Very, very well done from this man. 2 cars in the span of 2 laps. He is up into P5 and now has Marco Rosenthal who has been stuck in P4 for basically the entire race ahead of him.
Well, it's, yeah, and he might made a mistake there because David Schul is now on the inside now, and he's going to try to overtake Lakabash Zurin. And around the outside he goes, and I think he might just got 5th there, but it's still going to be alongside each other there. You can see now they're still swapping the position, and Lakabash Zurin will still stays 5th place. But look at the behind them, there's going to be loads of things happening there, as you see. Moltke, she might try to go around the outside here as well, try to go in front of Cameron Cole here. Into turn 12, they're side by side once again. I feel like Moltke could potentially clear off this move, and she does, goes up to 7th place.
Yeah, he did very, very well to get that move done. Here is Yagan Yunada now. Man we haven't seen much of, but he's going to go to the inside line of Cameron Cole into the final corner. Great move from Yunada. There's Yilmaz. He was trying to go to Stefansson, but Stefansson blocked him off because he was trying to go to Cameron Cole. It's all kicking off in the midfield here, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, there's cars absolutely everywhere moving about. It's 3 wide, heading into the first corner. No, not quite. Stefansson just backed out of the move there. But Yilmaz trying not to get boxed in here. He's going to go up and alongside the Icelandic man here. The two side by side. Yilmaz trying to get him into the top. Trying to get himself into the top 10 here as he's wheel to wheel with Ludwig Stefansson. But he does get past the Dynamic Motorsport man and is up into P10. Could have almost made a double overtake there, but you have to be realistic in situations like these. Nikolaus Schlöter in the middle of action here as well, fighting Giuseppe Stella. Having a look on the outside line there, Stella able to defend. Stella's on the offense here, as he has a look on the outside. Was there contact there? Stella just almost misjudged it there, but yeah, he was still trying to have a bit of a go on him. Here's Süleyman Sadiev, the Turkmenistani driver, having a go on the Armenian Avedis Davetian, heading into Lakaija. Is he going to be able to make it stick on the outside line? Davetian on the inside tries to keep it level with Sadiev here as we head into turn number 11 now. It's going to give Sadiev the inside line through this long and winding corner, and Davetian running wide. It's going to give Süleyman Sadiev P15. So very, very well done then from Süleyman Sadiev. Great battle between the two as we look further up the field. Arban Lukagvasuren not done with these guys. He could have a potential look here on the inside of Marco Rosenthal, and he is. Is he going to go from that far back into turn 1? Rosenthal shuts the door, and no way past for Arban Lukagvasuren just yet.
Yeah, that was a great defense there from Rosenthal. Just about to close the line, as we see now. Ji-Hwan Kion now battling Kashiev in 19th place. He's alongside, and he's now getting close. He's on the inside line, so he's going to benefit from that. And Kion goes up to 19. Kashiev has to fall down to 20th for now, but he has to defend from Zelenik behind in 21st as well. So this is going to be, man, the battle is actually starting to get quite hectic there in the midfield and back markers there.
It really is. Is that Ludwig Stefansson getting a bit out of shape there. Almost went into the back of Yilmaz up ahead, but he keeps it. He keeps it on 4 wheels at least. As here is Arban Lukagvasuren looking very close to Marco Rosenthal. Definitely thought of the move heading into Lakaija, but he will have to stay behind for the time being. Has cost him maybe a 10th or 2, but I have no doubt in my mind he'll definitely be up for trying a move into turn 1 as we're on board with the man now.
We're on board with him, and it looks as though I feel like Lekava Sunzen now he is really close to Marco Rosenthal. It's really close now. He's getting the slipstream and might try to go on the inside. He's just about to, might be not be enough, but he is on the inside line on Rosenthal. Go around the outside, not gonna be enough, but now it's on the inside in this corner. Rosenthal, he might have to lift off just a bit, just to keep it on track, and there's still a lot and he gets it done.
That was from a mile back. Arban Lukhagvasuren take a bow. That was a great move. He made that work absolutely perfectly. I have no idea how, but he really did, and that is, you have to really commend him for that move. So yeah, great stuff from Arban Lukhagvasuren, and he now goes up into P4. As here's Davityan and Suleiman Sariev fighting for position once again, and Sariev is able to get ahead of Davityan, as Davityan is now left defending from Nikolaus Schlöter in 17th. As we go up 10 positions, we look at Yannick Moltke. Now probably wants to be the second man to get past both of these Fach Autotech cars.
It's really getting close now for the midfields, and you see Kion now goes up to 19th, and he's right behind his teammate Giuseppe Stella in 18th. Schlotzer is 17th for now. As you see, Kion is still defending real close from Kazjev in 20th, and I think I saw Giuseppe, I think it was Jose Lucas setting the fastest lap time. Schaefer setting a personal best lap time. So it's going to be... Oh, and we have another fastest lap time. And look at all of the battles now. It's getting quite hectic, and we might see a 3 wide there, Miran.
It is absolutely kicking off here. Almost 3 wide. I think the Kloot had to back out of that move. But Davityan is going to try and get the Dutchman. But Sebastian de Kloot, with a bit of a late braking maneuver on the outside line there, actually defends from Avedis Davityan. That's very impressive from the Dutchman, and he stays in 14th.
He stays 14th, and we now have Kion and Stella now side by side with each other. Now Kion goes up to 18th now, as you see Sadiev and Schlotter goes alongside each other now in 16th and for 16th position. Now just about into turn 5, I think Schlotter has the inside line just to keep him. Goes up to 16th. He still stays there, but then you see Kion now trying to go on the inside of Zadiev, but it's not enough. And oh my goodness me, he almost went off there. Still keep the car going.
Getting very, very close.
Whoa!
Oh, that was Krastev. Yeah, it was Krastev who did have a tiny bit of an off. That could bring Chernik a bit closer to the Bulgarian. So we'll see what Mikolas Chernik will be able to do then. There in the background though, 2 Lechner cars battling. That's Tander and Sazonov, that is. Yeah, Andrei Sazonov and Nick Tander fighting it out, and Sazonov is the man who does come out on top between the 2 teammates. So he will be P23 as we look at the 2 Fach Autotech cars again. Lukhagvasuren already 3.6 ahead of Marco Rosenthal, so he is really, really pulling away. A man on a mission today, as it was Stella. He thought about making it 3 wide, but thought better of himself. Here's Stefansson. Is he gonna have a look on the inside on Çağatay Yılmaz? The 2 trying to go side by side. Yılmaz defends on the inside line. Stefansson not close enough to go up and alongside the Turkish man. As here's Stella and Krastev now side by side. Giuseppe Stella defending on the outside. No nonsense defending from Stella, and he stays in P19 for the time being. Here is Terzic now, wheel to wheel with Mikolas Chernik. Chernik on the outside, going wheel to wheel. As we'll just have to see who's going to come out on top in this battle. Chernik on the inside. Will he be able to defend from the Bosnian? As the answer is yes on that one. Mikolas Chernik remains in P21.
It stays right there. Really good defending there from Chernik, and Terzic just wasn't be able to capitalize that on that one. As we now see, we might see Junano trying to make the move on Moltke. maybe, sort of. No, it still wasn't quite enough there. And we still see some of the drivers really just going all out now. We only have 5 laps to go in this race, but look at the front. Kazakov and Jose Lucas just pulls away from the rest of the field there. They're all alone for both of them.
Yeah, mind you, there is only 3 laps to go, just about. So if Jose Lucas wants to try his shot at the race lead, it's gotta be him now, I would have to say so. So we'll just see if he's gonna be able to do it. As we look at Yunada, he's gonna try to get past Yannick Moltke on the inside, heading into the first corner to wheel as Moltke, young German, left to defend, as the two are gonna go side by side through turn 3. Yunada with the inside line has the more traction, as Moltke is gonna go a bit wide, and yeah, that is Yunada up into 7th. Great stuff from the Malaysian drivers. The Klut now up into 13th, ahead of Suncevic. So yeah, he gets the move done then, and up into P13, Sebastian de Klut. That's going to be 1 more point to his name.
They're still alongside each other there. You see now Zariev and Schlotter having another go between each other now. Oh, Schlotter goes, puts his wheel on the gravel just a tiny bit, and they're going to compromise. And Zariev goes up to 16th. And that looks to be a 3-wide move there for Keon, but he doesn't want to cause a chaos, so he wisely chose off to lift off.
Yeah, that's smart thinking from Keon, but he is now going to have to deal with Krastev behind, I think. Oh no, that's Stella and Krastev wheel to wheel there. So Damian Krastev trying his best to get past the Italian race winner, as Sariev is now on the outside of Schlotter, runs wide, and that's going to give the Liechtensteiner driver the position. So he will be P16. Nikolaus Schlotter, as Damian Krastev was able to get past Giuseppe Stella as well. As we're now looking at Suleiman Sariev chasing down Nikolaus Schlotter. This is gonna be interesting. Honestly, I really did not tip the midfield to be this close, considering we've barely seen any movement in the top 3. Tander now going down the inside line of Yates Terzic, as the two go wheel to wheel just about. Tander able to stick a wheel up the inside there, as they are side by side heading into turn 4. Tander with the advantage does get up into P23 and ahead of Yates Terzic. So yeah, good stuff. But honestly, I really have to say this, Pausa, I was not expecting the midfield and the back of the field to be this competitive, especially considering the top 3 has been really silent this entire race. You'd expect that that is where the most action is, but the midfield has really been on fire today, especially outside of the points.
Yeah, that may be because of Rosenthal actually slowed down the whole field to be, bunching up all the cars now. And that being said, Rosenthal tried just to, reserve his tire as much as he could. But yeah, he definitely created some of the close midfield racing now, as we see Jose Lucas and Kasakov now try to battle each other.
Yeah, speaking of not a lot of action in the top 3, as I just do say that, we cut to this. But yeah, lap 18 out of 19, and Jose Lucas is just getting closer and closer to Sergei Kazakov. Time is running out for the Brazilian, really, but if he just is able to get close enough, he could maybe perform a very, very big upset in this race. You see Yunada, we go past Yannick Moltke a few laps earlier, now trying to get David Jules here, as he wasn't able to do it on the inside line, so he's gonna have to stay back for the time being. A bit further down the field, the man in the first of the points paying positions Avedis Davtyan currently in P15. That'll net him 1 point. He'll be looking to maybe gain another one here, as he is chasing down Miško Srnčević. We'll see if he is going to be able to do it, but at the moment 5/10 separates the pair. So yeah, we just have to wait to see if anything is going to happen there.
Going to be real time close now, as we see now with Jose Lucas now getting close with a half a second gap. Would it still be enough? It's now up to 6/10 of a gap. So it's going to be quite a titanic final lap here. As here we go, the final lap of the Porsche Super Cup race here at Barcelona.
I'm unsure if Jose Lucas is actually close enough. I don't really think he is. And heading into turn 1, we're going to have our question answered. Yeah, 6/10. The gap between Kazakov and Lucas, and I think Sergei Kazakov can breathe a bit of a sigh of relief as he heads out of turn 1 and 2, considering Jose Lucas wasn't able to try anything there, but he's still just got to bring it to the end and bring the car home now to become second ever race winner this season. It's got a few final lap battles going on then. It was Moltke and Cole, I think. Nikolaus Schlöter as well, chasing down Avedis Davtyan. Very, very close pack at the moment, as it's 4/10 of a gap between Schlöter and Davtyan at the moment. Let's see if anyone is going to be able to do anything here. At the moment, no. We got Süleyman Sarıyev and Ji-Hwan Kyon here as well in this little mix. So we'll see what they will be able to pull out of the hat here, so to speak. It's heading through turn 5. Sorry, turn 6 this is. Ji-Hwan Kyon not able to do anything here. But are going to see the man in P1 who's driven an absolutely flawless race, led from light to flag to become a race winner in only his second race in the Porsche Super Cup. Sergei Kazakov has driven a brilliant race and he wins here at Barcelona. Great stuff from Sergei Kazakov. Jose Lucas coming home a close second, and Bentley Schaefer on the podium, P3. Arban Lekhagvasurin in 4th just claims the fastest lap there. Very, very well done there. There's Jagan Yonada in 7th, scoring his first points as well. Good stuff from him, and that is it then. Sergei Kazakov, your race winner from Jose Lucas, and then Bentley Schaefer rounding out the podium. Then Arban Lekhagvasurin in 4th, taking the fast lap of the race. Marco Rosenthal finishes 5th, with David Jules finishing a decent 6th, so good points for FAK Autotech here today. Jagan Yonada 7th, with Yannick Moltke in 8th, and Cameron Cole in 9th, with Yilmaz rounding out the top 10. Ludwig Stefansson will finish 11th, with Rubinho Gonzalez 12th, then Sebastian de Cloot in 13th, with Miško Srnčević in 14th, and I'll let you take the rest of the finishers.
And so yeah, 15th place goes to Davtyan in 15th place, and then we have Nikolaus Schlöter finishing 16th place, and then 17th we have Süleyman Sarıyev in 17th place. Ji-Hwan Kyon will finish in 18th there, and then in 19th Damian Krastyev in 19th. Giuseppe Sella finishes in 20th, and that's good. Next up we have Mikolas Siedenik in P21, then Andrei Zazanov in 22nd. Nick Tander finishes in 23rd, and then Yates Teresic will be the last classification, with 3 retirements of Julia Miyazaki, and we also have the Håkan Sjöström, and also the retirements of Søren Jakobsen,
Yeah.
that retired for those 3 drivers.
Either way, that has been it. Ooh, wrong intermission screen. There we go. That has been it for Porsche Super Cup. Thanks so much for watching. It's been a very, very good race. And I think you would agree with me, Pausa.
Really is an unexpected race for me, and certainly being the race that I am truly sorry that I probably butchers most of these drivers' names. But yeah, for most of the race, they are really close battle, especially in the midfield. But yeah, Sergei Kazakov managed to hold up a win on Jose Lucas, and now actually takes the lead of the championship now.
Yeah, it's getting interesting. Either way, that has been it for Porsche Super Cup. But don't worry, the action at Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya does not end this weekend. We will have the Formula 2 and Formula 1 Spanish Grand Prix at Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya, so make sure to not miss that. We'll also have Super Formula on this week at Okayama, as we will go there for the first time in Super Formula history, so make sure to not miss that. Until then, though, I have been Miran.
And I've been Pausa.
Thank you for watching, and we will see you when the ACS returns for the Formula 2 Spanish Grand Prix at Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya.